Welcome, everyone. If you have not yet received a copy of the BSW series workbook, please be sure to grab yourself a copy of one because it will help reinforce the lessons that you're learning inside of the Bespoke Startup Workshop Series. So, if you're watching this online, there will be a link in the show notes so that you can grab the sheets for today that we're going to be working with. If you don't see the links there, then try looking at entrefluencer.club for our workshop page where you can access the sheets over there. While we're waiting for some other people to come in and join us in this workshop, I would love for you to take a look at the question that's on the screen. What's one insight you've gained from talking to real people after workshop number 3? Go ahead and share your answers in the comments, and we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. All right, hello again, and thank you for joining me for today's workshop, Proving It. Validate before you build with surveys, interviews, and pre-selling your concept. This is the fourth of 12 modules in the Bespoke Startup Workshop Series. This series has been strategically designed for aspiring entrepreneurs and early stage business owners who want a step-by-step roadmap that explains how to launch your first or subsequent business the right way, which vastly improves your chance for success. Today's workshop is sponsored by Coleman Tanner Small Business Consulting, your source for strategic business solutions. Now, buckle up because we're going to take a quick trip into Clayton's life when he's about to face the moment every entrepreneur dreads, the mystical survey. Clayton had done his research. He had the pain points, the language, and a clear profile of his ideal customer. He was pretty sure his offer was solid, but then came the moment that separates dreamers from doers. Will anyone actually say yes? So Clayton took a deep breath and launched his first survey. He emailed 5 people, then 10. He posted on LinkedIn. He messaged former coworkers, and the results started to trickle in. But instead of stopping there, he went further. He scheduled 2 interviews, then offered a beta version of his new offer. And to his surprise, one person said yes, then another. No website, no logo, just a clear offer and a willingness to help. Today's workshop is where your idea meets the real world. In this session, you'll learn how to use surveys to gather quick validation, how to conduct short form interviews that uncover decision triggers, and how to pre sell or pilot your offer before you spend time building the full thing. Let's begin. Now, my lawyer, that would be me, tells me that I have to share this disclaimer up front so that I will comply with federal and state law. This workshop provides general information and insights for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be, nor should it be, construed as legal or financial advice. The information presented is not a substitute for professional advice tailored to your specific circumstances. You should consult with a qualified legal, financial, and other type of professional advisor before making any decisions based on the information provided in today's workshop. We make no guarantees or warranties regarding the success, profitability, or other outcomes resulting from the application of any information presented in this workshop. Participants are solely responsible for their own actions, decisions, and the consequences thereof. Reliance on any information provided in this workshop is at your own risk. We specifically disclaim any and all liability for any errors, inaccuracies, or omissions in the information provided, as well as any losses or damages that may arise from your reliance on this information. Please Consult with your own legal and financial advisors to ensure that the information presented in this workshop is appropriate for your specific needs and your specific situation. Thank you very much. Now, before we proceed, I just want to go over a couple of housekeeping workshop rules. And most of them are for my in person lectures. So I'm just going to jump down to one little thing here. The agenda that we're going to be reviewing includes 3 presentations and 3 hands on activities. While it's a good idea to test and debate ideas, given the limited time available for this workshop, we will not entertain any challenges during the workshop. But you are encouraged to challenge these ideas on your own after the workshop. Let's make this a positive and engaging experience for all participants, including those who are watching this now and in the future, by maintaining civility in your comments. Always be respectful, please. Thank you so much for that. All right, before we go any further, I just want to give you a quick personal introduction and take a minute just to properly introduce the backstory behind the workshop series. I recently co-authored a book using open source AI. You may have heard of it. It's called ChatGPT. The title of this book is The Bespoke Startup, a business incubator guide for aspiring entrepreneurs. Afterwards, I self-published it on Amazon, which you can purchase there. And then I began to create a series of workshops to teach the content and the concepts inside of this book in person or here online. The goal of the series is to give entrepreneurs and influencers what I wished I had when I was first launching my very first business. On the next slide, I'd like to share a little bit of information with you about my company and what we do. So at Coleman Tanner Enterprises, we have 3 different branches essentially. One of them is for real estate brokerage business services. The second one is financial services, and the third is consulting services. So we have Coleman Tanner Realty, Coleman Tanner Financial, and Coleman Tanner Consulting, as well as another company called the Entrefluencer Training Company. Our mission is to provide small business owners with the guidance that they need to successfully launch, scale, and sell their business, hopefully for enough money to have a golden parachute to retire very well. So we do that by teaching entrepreneurs how to grow their businesses using micro M&A, which stands for mergers and acquisitions, and private equity funding strategies to achieve that pinnacle of financial freedom. At Coleman Tanner Realty, we help entrepreneurs like you buy and sell businesses. At Coleman Tanner Financial, we help sophisticated service-based business owners to manage their bookkeeping, payroll, tax planning, business valuation, financial management advisory services, social media management, and we provide weekly business coaching sessions. At Coleman Tanner Consulting, we help with entity formation, corporate regulatory compliance monitoring, and legal advisory services. And we specialize in developing bespoke micro M&A growth strategies to quantum leap a business from an entrepreneurial endeavor to an enterprise gazelle, which is nomenclature for a rapidly growing firm. Our end game is to help place you in a position to exit your business with a golden parachute in 3 to 7 years. It usually takes 3 to 7 years to properly prepare a business for sale so that you can achieve the time and money freedom to achieve your next life goal, whether that be to launch a new business venture or to travel around the world with your family and all of the things that come in between those things. At the Entrefluencer Training Company, we guide startup entrepreneurs through the pre-launch foundational stages of ideation, validation, branding, market research, and crafting an itemized launch plan, as well as provide marketing tips, social media marketing management, recommendations for back office tools and customer support, and we show entrepreneurs and influencers how to use our proprietary small business improvement matrix to improve your business so that it's sellable, to mitigate risks and optimize your company for quantum growth and a successful exit. All right, so let's get to the scope of today's training. The scope of the Bespoke Startup Workshop is that it's a series for entrepreneurs, startup founders, and early stage small business owners. Now, I'd like for you to take out a sheet of paper and divide it into three columns. In column number one, I want you to draw a one. In column two, draw a two. And in column three, draw a three at the top of the page. After you draw these three numbers in your three columns, I'd like for you to answer the following question for column number one by giving yourself a rating from 1 to 5 in the first column, with 1 being a low score, like an F in grade school, and 5 being the top score that you can receive, like an A in grade school. The first question is, how good are you at using surveys to gather quick validation of your business ideas? If you have a sound idea of how to use surveys, give yourself a 5. If you have no idea how to create surveys and launch them out there into the world, whether that be direct or online, then I want you to give yourself a 1. And if you're somewhere in the middle where you kind of know how to use surveys, but you're still learning, give yourself a rating between 2 and 4 appropriately. Okay. In the second column, I want you to do the same thing. The second question is, how good are you at conducting short form interviews to uncover decision triggers? If you know what you're doing, give yourself a 5. If you don't know, give yourself a 1. And if you have some idea of how to do it, give yourself a rating between 2 and 4. All right, let's jump on to the next question. Our third and final question of this self assessment is, have you ever tried to pre sell or pilot your offer before spending time building the full thing, whether that be a product or a service? If you know how to do that, how to pre-sell and pilot your offer, give yourself a 5. If you've never done a pre-sell or a pilot offer, give yourself a 1. And if you're in the process, you've kind of been dabbling a little bit with it, give yourself a rating between 2 and 4. All right, let's move on. The self-assessment is not intended to criticize your unclear ideas, but rather it aims to illuminate ways to refine your business concepts. Keep in mind that a successful business is one that attracts interest from others. Do you have any pressing questions before we begin our first mini presentation? If not, we'll go ahead and get into it. Okay, 4 golden guidelines for effective surveys. Be concise. Limit your survey to 6 to 10 questions to maintain participant engagement. Diversify question types. Incorporate a combination of multiple choice and open-ended questions to stimulate thoughtful responses. Focus on issues. Concentrate on identifying problems rather than suggesting solutions. Use a subtle call to action. Include a casual call to action such as an invitation for an interview or a request for beta testers. Here are 4 sample questions that you can use in your survey. Number 1, what is your greatest frustration regarding blah, 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 whatever that is for your business, your product, or your solution? Number 2, what solutions have you attempted that did not yield results? Number 3, how much would you be willing to invest in a solution for this issue? And number 4, would you be open to participating in a brief 10-minute interview? Here are 4 survey tools to consider. Number 1, Google Forms. That's free. Number 2, Typeform. Number 3, Tally.so, which is available in both free and paid versions. And number 4, SurveyMonkey, which is a popular option. All right, my friends, that concludes our first mini presentation. Next up, we have a short hands-on activity that will take this lesson from conceptual to practical. We're going to build our survey. Let's get started. All right, it's time to roll up those sleeves and start our first activity, which is to build your survey. Here's the game plan. Number one, I want you to whip up 3 snazzy multiple choice questions. Number two, create 2 thought provoking open ended questions. And number 3, I want you to cook up a catchy call to action, like an invite to an interview or an invitation to run inside of a beta test. After that, I want you to brainstorm who you can chat with today and jot down 5 to 10 promising prospects that you can reach out to with your new survey. Let's get the show on the road. I want you to pause the video now, and then when you're done exercising this activity, hit the play button so that we can continue going forward. All right, let's check back in with Clayton and see how he did on this activity. For Clayton, his survey, his key survey questions were: number one, what's your biggest frustration with branding or messaging? If you've been watching the prior workshops, you know that Clayton's specialty is branding, helping businesses brand their business. So his first question: what's your biggest frustration with branding or messaging? Question number 2: have you hired help before? Question number 3: what would a clear brand message help you achieve? That's a good question. And question number 4: would you be open to a free 10-minute interview? So again, he's gathering more research, gathering more information from his prospects, his ideal client avatars. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on to our second mini presentation of the day: short conversations that create strong offers. The goal of the 10-minute interview, which comes after the first survey, is to listen to your ideal client avatars for decision triggers and offer hesitations. Decision triggers and offer hesitations, which will be indicative of how well we know our customer and how well we know what they want and how well we're able to give it to them. So here's a 5-step interview plan. Step 1, introduction. Begin with a brief introduction like, I'm developing a new solution for XYZ. Step 2, experience inquiry. Inquire about their experiences related to the issue at hand. Step number 3, desired outcome. Explore their ideal outcome regarding the resolution of the problem that they're facing. Step number 4, past purchases. Ask the prospect about previous purchases that they made in an attempt to address the issue at hand. And step number 5, create criteria for acceptance. In other words, determine what factors would lead them to consider a solution as a definitive yes. And here are 4 interview tips. Number 1, take detailed notes. Number 2, avoid making a sales pitch. Remember, you're just here to gather information. Number 3, conclude with a thank you. People want to be valued, so thank them for their time. And number 4, identify valuable phrases or keywords that can be repurposed on your website and inside of your sales presentations going forward. All right, for our next hands-on activity, we're going to develop an interview plan. Ready for some action? It's time for our hands-on activity number 2, crafting the interview plan. First up, let's craft your interview script outline using our Fab 5 question framework. Next, jot down a trio of prospects to DM, to email, or to call for a speedy chat today. And lastly, Dig up a golden ideal client avatar quote from your past detective work to sprinkle into your interview. So let's go ahead and pause the video and engage in this activity. And when you're done, go ahead and hit play. All right, let's check back in with Clayton's compass to see where his entrepreneurial journey is leading him and us. In the grand quest of investigating his ideal client avatar's wants and needs, which we have referred to as activity number 2, in this workshop, Clayton unleashed his superpower, the discovery interview. And that is a tool that you're going to start using too, hopefully, in order to gather some valuable information from your prospects. So Clayton reached out to 8 contacts and he scored 3 interviews, all thanks to his trusty discovery questions. Bravo, Clayton. Okay, it's crunch time, and we're on to the exhilarating conclusion of our mini presentation trilogy, pre-selling and pilots, testing the market with a soft offer. Avoid building it outright. Instead, opt for a beta version. Launching your product or service in its beta phase allows you to gauge market interest and validate pricing prior to full development. This approach not only generates initial momentum for your upcoming launch, but it also enables the collection of testimonials, which is valuable, that can significantly enhance your conversion rates. Having testimonials is valuable for conversion. So first off, let's decide on a soft offer option. Number 1, you can create an exclusive one-on-one beta preview. Number 2, you can cash in for the paid pilot experience. Number 3, you can provide early access with founding member discounts. And number 4, you can secure your place with a waitlist deposit. These are all good soft offer options that you can create. Second, put your offer on a silver platter. Create a simple call to action such as, I'm on the hunt for 3 brave souls to try out this shiny new deal at a bargain price, all for the small ask of their return of feedback in exchange for access. All right, my friends, for today's final activity, we will be developing our very own beta offer. Let's get to it. Here are your instructions. When I hit pause, I want you to develop your soft offer announcement. I want you to incorporate the following elements. Number 1, what you're offering. Number 2, your target audience. Number 3, what's included. Number 4, pricing details, your original price versus the discount price. And number 5, a reciprocal request, such as asking for feedback or client testimonials. Additionally, identify the initial platform where you will share your soft offer, such as a direct mail, an email, a social media post, a paid advertisement, or all of the above. All right, go ahead and pause the video so that you can engage in this hands-on activity. And when you're ready to move forward, hit the play button. I'll be waiting. Okay, welcome back. And now let's check back in one last time with Clayton and see what he discovered and what his next steps are going to be. So Clayton came up with his beta offer, and here's what he wrote down. I'm offering 3 brand messaging clarity sessions for $97, normally $500 in price, in exchange for honest feedback and a short testimonial. The result? He got 2 paid beta clients and 1 full-priced follow-up. Well done, Clayton. All right, my friends, thank you joining blah blah blah. Thank you for joining me for today's Bespoke Startup Workshop. Here's a concise summary of our key takeaways from today's workshop. Number 1, don't guess, ask. Number 2, use surveys and interviews to shape your solution. Number 3, Pre-selling shows your target audience that you're solving a real problem for real people. Now, here's your homework assignment. Send your survey out today, book 1 to 2 interviews this week, and number 3, craft and share your beta offer with at least 3 people. Coming up in our next workshop, we'll be learning how to build a business model that works. Now it's your turn to ask me questions. Please go ahead and write them in the comments section or email me at theentrefluentiallife@gmail.com, and I will be happy to answer them as soon as I receive them. That's a wrap for our workshop. A huge thank you to you all for being part of the fun. Before you dash off, let me drop my contact information here so that you can snag more goodies like this in the future, or get in touch with me if you fancy teaming up for some consulting services. Go ahead and snap a picture of this slide for your future genius moments. I'd be thrilled if you'd pass it along to someone who could use a boost, such as other entrepreneurs and influencers, and let's keep this conversation going. Wishing you epic wins on your entrepreneurial adventure. Lastly, please accept my heartfelt thank you for inviting me into your home, your office, or your mobile device to facilitate this workshop for you. I truly appreciate the opportunity to serve you as a business broker, legal and financial advisor, business consultant, and educator, and I look forward to collaborating with you again in the very near future. Take care and God bless you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now.